Hello everyone! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is our class, Present Perfect versus Past. And thank you for coming again. It's great to have you here again. And today we are going to contrast these two verb tenses, the present perfect and the past tense, the simple past in this case. Okay? Let's go! So the biggest difference here is we have two examples and we're going to explain the difference using these two examples, okay? Sandra has lost her documents. Remember my friend Sandra. So she has lost her documents. This is an example that tells you the situation in the present, okay? We know that she doesn't have her documents right now because she has lost them. And here we have the verb to have and the verb to lose, both adjusted to the present perfect tense. So to have in the sentence has and to lose in the past participle lost. Sandra has lost her documents. This is the present perfect. And remember, the present perfect tells us the situation in the present, okay? Even though we have here the main verb in the past participle, all the sentence together, all the present perfect tells you the situation about the present, not about the past. So we know by this sentence that Sandra doesn't have her documents right now because she has lost them, okay? She doesn't have them now. So let's put this observation here. She doesn't have them now, okay? Because the present perfect is a verb tense that tells you a situation that's going on in the present, not in the past. In the second example, we have Sandra lost her document 2 years ago. When we say that Sandra lost her document, we have no idea what the present situation is, unless you tell it in the context. So, for example, my other friend, Clarice loses her document and she doesn't know what to do. And I say, Clarice, go to Sandra and talk to her because Sandra lost her documents 2 years ago and she will know what to do. So in this context, we know that now Sandra probably has her documents back because 2 years ago, who goes on 2 years without documents, right? It's not really a good idea. So, Sandra lost. In this example here, the verb to lose in the past participle and the past simple is equal. Lost, lost. So the verb is the same, but if we had a different verb here, in this case, it would change a little. It's just because in this case they are equal. So, here in our second example, we don't know if she's got them back. We are not sure whether or not she's still without documents. Probably not, but we don't know for sure because the sentence doesn't tell us anything about the present. It only tells us about the past, different from the present perfect. So once again, I want to tell you, my Brazilian student, that the present perfect is so especially hard for us because this sentence here would be equal. She has lost her documents. If we translate it to Portuguese, we would translate like she lost her documents. And this is why it's so important to understand this difference between the two verb tenses, because here we are talking about the present. even though the translation for us sound in simple past, it doesn't matter, because in English we have to understand the language for itself. We have to understand how the language works separatedly from the Portuguese. So this is important to be very clear in your mind, okay? And if it's not, if you have one specific sentence you can't understand, or if you have one specific situation that you don't know which one you should use, leave a comment and I will help you, okay? So now let's see another situation when we can use the present perfect or the simple past. Let's go. So here we have one more example of the difference between present perfect and past. When should we use them? Actually, in this case, it's not really a difference. It's one situation when you can use the two verb tenses. It's when you have a recent happening or recent happenings. In this case, you can say, I've bought a new book, and this is something new. It's a recent happening. I've just bought a new book. I love books. I'm so excited. I want to tell you that I've just bought a new book. So this is a recent happening. I can use the present perfect with it. In the same way, I can say, I bought a new book. The simple past. It's okay to use either one or another. But teacher, if we can use one or another, why to talk about it? Because, so you know, this is one situation that you can use the present perfect. But if you don't feel comfortable using it, you can always return to the simple past. And in this case, it's possible too. But if you talk about something that started in the past and continues in the present, you cannot use the simple past. The only choice is the present perfect, simple or continuous, depending on the action. But in this case, if you have a recent happening, the both are just fine. So you can use one or another. I've bought, I have bought is the present perfect, or simply I bought is the simple past. Okay? So here we have one more case when you should use the present perfect, but then you must use the simple past. They are mixed up in here. Let's see it. When you have new information, you just give the news to somebody. It's important that you use the present perfect. But then you continue talking about it. You must change to simple past. What do you mean, teacher? Let's see it. My sister has had a baby. I'm talking to my friend Sandra. I say, hey Sandra, my sister has had a baby. This is new information, okay? And then she says, wow, that's awesome. You are an aunt now. How was it? She's asking about the delivery. She's asking about my sister and all the situation of giving birth to a child. So she says, how was it? In simple past. And then I say, she went to the hospital last night and my niece was born this morning. So the first information, the new information, is in present perfect. But everything that follows, as long as we continue talking about the same subject, it's important that we use the simple past. Okay? However, if you are talking about something that isn't new information, that's actually pretty old, you don't use the present perfect. Okay? For example, Ringo Starr was born in 1940. Do you know who is Ringo Starr? He was part of the Beatles group, and he was born in 1940, Sir Ringo Starr. Okay? This is it. This is when you have new information, present perfect. Continue talking about it, simple past. Old information, with all the respect to Ringo Starr, he's not that old, but it's not recent. Simple past, like here, was born. Okay? So now we are going to see our material and contrast these two verb tenses in there. Let's go. Unit 13, present perfect and past one. I have done and I did. Section A. Study this example situation. Look at the picture. We have Tom. He's down on his knees and he's lifting a pillow on his armchair, looking for his key, as we can see in the bubble, the thought bubble. Tom is looking for his key. He can't find it. This means he has lost his key, the present perfect. So this means he doesn't have his key now, in the present moment. 10 minutes later, what do we have in the picture? Here is Tom holding his key. Tom has found his key. He has it now. Has he lost his key? No, he has found his key. But did he lose his key? Yes, he did. He lost his key. Past simple. But now he has found it. Present perfect. The present perfect, something has happened, is a present tense. It tells us about the situation now. Tom has lost his key means he doesn't have his key now, as we saw in the Unit 7. The past simple something happened tells us only about the past. So if somebody says Tom lost his key, this doesn't tell us whether he has the key now or not. It tells us only that he lost his key at some time in the past. Do not use the present perfect if the situation now is different, okay? So, let's read the examples together and compare these two verb tenses. They've gone away. They'll be back on Friday. They are away now. They went away, but I think they're back at home now. Now, not they've gone, so they went away. The second example. It has stopped raining now, so we don't need the umbrella. It is raining now. It stopped raining for a while, but now it's raining again. Not it has stopped, okay? Section B. You can use the present perfect for recent or new happenings. For example, let's read them aloud together. I've repaired the washing machine. It's working okay now. Oh, that's good. Sally has had a baby. It's a boy. That's great news. Usually, you can also use the past simple. So you can say, I repaired the washing machine. It's working okay now. As much as you can say, I've repaired the washing machine. It's working okay now. There is no difference in meaning. But we use the simple past and not the present perfect for things that are not recent or new. For example, Mozart was a composer. He wrote more than 600 pieces of music. Not has been or has written, because it's not new or recent information. I can also say, my mother grew up in Italy. Not has grown. If she is my mother, she's a fully grown up. We don't talk about growing up in continuity, in contrast with the present, in connection with the present, because the action is totally concluded in the past, okay? Compare. Did you know that somebody has invented a new type of washing machine? This is new information, right? The washing machine is not new, but a new type of washing machine is something new. And who invented the telephone? Or not has invented, because the telephone is a very old invention, isn't it? Section C. We use the present perfect to give new information, as we saw in the Unit 7. But if we continue to talk about it, we normally use the past simple, as we just saw in our class explanation. So let's read the dialogue together. Ow! I've burnt myself. How did you do that? Or not have you done? I picked up a hot dish, not have picked. So the first sentence is present perfect, but the two next sentences are simple past. How did you do that? And I picked up a hot dish. The next one, look, somebody has spilled something on the sofa. Well, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Not hasn't been or haven't done, because we continue talking about the same thing over again. Okay? And that's it. So thank you guys for your company in one more class. And we've come to the end of this class, our class number 13. I hope you are enjoying them. I hope you are learning with them. And if you have any questions, you already know, just leave a comment below and I myself will answer you. Okay? Thank you so much and take care and see you next class. Bye bye.